Time for me to get my dahlias out to get them going. I'm gonna put them inside of these trays here. So this is what I'm using. This is Sungrow. It's a propagation mix. I just went down to the local farm store, or like a feed supplier type place, ag store, and this is what they told me to get. So the tubers that I have extra, I'm just putting them in this bag. I'm gonna just put them to the side. Oh man, see how big that guy is right there? Clearview Jonas. Gotta make sure you get all your tubers labeled so you know what they are. So I'm just gonna go through all my tubers here, put them in the trays, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what they look like and how I paired. So the idea behind this is I'm gonna get these things going, get them sprouted, and take cuttings so I can propagate. Oh, he's got some good eyes. Need to get some water on it and then put it inside in the window so it can start growing. It's been about a week since I went through my dahlia tubers, and then I started filming the video, and then I went and did a live video, and then I kind of didn't finish the actual video itself. So I was at Home Depot yesterday and I ran into these at Home Depot. These were $5 a piece. That is a little bit on the spendy side for dahlias. But I just saw them and I couldn't resist. This one is tropical. I don't have anything that looks like that. I do have one that looks like this. I can't remember the name of it. And then Fuzzy Wuzzy is similar to this one. This one's called Duet. So I've got these tubers here. I'm not sure exactly what variety they are, but I'm not sure if they're gonna go or not, but I'm just gonna put them in here like this. And then put some soil on the top. Today is February 16th, and somebody was asking me when I posted this picture on Instagram when you should start planting your dahlias. If you're just gonna plant the tuber that looks like this, and you're gonna plant them indoors, you wanna plant them about 6 weeks, I would say, prior to your first or your last frost date. And you would plant them in something like this, okay? And then you would let them grow up and get tall, and then you would eventually transplant this out into the garden. So if you're wanting to plant the tuber right in the ground, just take it out of the bag like this, or wherever you get it from, and then you would put this in the ground after your last frost date. Put it about 2 to 3 inch, 4 inches under the soil, bury it, and then after your last frost date, and then you should be good to go. So I want to put this in here like this, so now I know that this side is a question mark, and then these ones will be labeled. So these ones, I don't know what they are, and I don't know if these ones are gonna work or not. I do have one that's similar to this called Show and Tell. Beautiful looking flower. Okay, so now that I've got that in there like that, I'm just gonna put some soil in here. This is just potting soil, Miracle Grow potting soil from the home center. Like that, okay? Then I have some of these other tubers here. I went through my stash of tubers, and I tried to determine which ones had good eyes and which ones didn't. I had a bunch that were questionable, so I'm not gonna send those out to anybody. I don't want to have to worry about that, so I just decided to keep the ones that were questionable in my stash and plant them myself. You gotta water them, so I like to put them in here like this and just take the spritz and just kind of spritz it like this, or the water. Give it a little bit of water, not too much. So once you get them planted up like that, you know, I like to put them in the sun like this, let them sit, and they're gonna have to be here for several weeks while they grow. So if your conditions are right, in about 2 weeks, you should be able to take your cuttings and propagate them. Some of these trays here have these domes. I bought these domes at my local kind of garden center, ag store, more of an ag store. And then this guy here, this is a Seedling Mat, okay? This is 40, I think 48 or 40 by 20, and I can do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these trays under the mat, and it's got this little thermometer probe here, okay? Stick it in the soil like that, bury it up. If you just leave it plugged in, it's just gonna crank and crank and crank heat. So I've got this guy. This is a thermostat. You plug the Seedling Mat into here like this, and then you set your temperature. I want mine set to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it'll keep wherever the probe is, and the probe's under the soil here, at 75 degrees. So it just keeps it there. You want the soil temperature to be between 70 and 80. This is the solution that we came up with on how to deal with our dahlias. This rack we got from Costco, ordered it online. It was about $130, I think. 6 shelves, rolling wheels, so we can roll it all around. And then when the temperatures get warmer outside, and when I need to harden my plants off, I'm gonna wheel it in and out of the garage. This is a tray here that has not been, I have not been using the heating mat. You can see my sprouts there have grown up this much in 1 week. So this one, give it another week or so, and I should be able to take a cutting from that guy. Here's some other ones here. These guys, if you can see, no mat on this guy, and these are moving along quite a bit slower right there. Here's some tubers that have had and have been under the seedling mat, or on top of the seedling mat, to keep the soil warm. You can see how much that's grown in 1 week. These will be ready to be cut in about another week or so. The idea is kind of keep it moist, keep the heat in there, keep them going. That guy's not doing so hot. This one doesn't look to be doing so hot. It looks like this one needs to be watered too. This little situation here, this is something my wife gave me for Christmas, and this is her project. These seeds here, these are bonsai trees. So she gave me a little bonsai tree kit, and she scratched the seeds, and she's preparing the seeds for to be planted and to germinate. We just started this project today. Like I said, these have been in here for about a week, other than these 2 trays down here. In about 1 more week, I'm gonna take the cuttings and start rooting them into the individual cells. Hopefully I've started this early enough that they will be big enough to go into the ground, and hopefully we get some good growing weather early in the spring. Last year was it came very late. Here's another project I came upon. I picked this sucker up at the landfill. Somebody was throwing it away and it was in the metal pile. So what this guy is this is a pressure washer. This is a pressure washer pump. So this was on here like this. Took it off. I don't know why I took it off, but I just wanted to see what size shaft I would need. This is not a Honda engine. I thought it was going to be a Honda engine, but this is some Chinese brand. It's called Jiangsu Jiangdong Group. So I kind of looked this up. This is a Chinese engine. This is likely just a Chinese pump as well. But I kind of wanted to see about making this work. This cart's good, so I was kind of thinking about buying just a Honda GX 160 engine, mounting it on the cart, hooking up the pump, and seeing about making that work. I do have that pressure washer over there. That had a Honda engine on it, but I replaced the engine with a Predator engine from Harbor Freight. And I don't know, I wanted a bigger pump. I wanted something with more beefy mass, more power to pump. That looks like that could go just like that on a smaller engine and just be mounted vertical like that guy. I don't even know if this thing works. So this engine's crap here. The carb's all messed up. The throttle's messed up. The choke is all messed up. There's broken parts and pieces on the carb. And so I wasn't sure. And then this pull string is messed up as well. So there's not a lot with this engine that I could save. I'd have to get a new string for this, and I don't know if a Honda one would fit on here. I don't know about the carb. What carb would mount up to that, I'm not sure. So I may just take it back to the landfill, or I may take the engine off and keep the cart and then put a GX 160 engine on there, mount this pump up, or maybe possibly get a bigger, heavier, bigger duty pump, like a 4,000, 40,000 PSI, or I don't know, one of those big ones, you know, like. like the crawler or the steel ones that they've got. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but this has kind of just been a project that I've been lingering with. This thing can wait. Now that I've got the Dahlias out of the way, I think I'm gonna start working on my John Deere. So just a quick update on the shed. I'm waiting for the windows. I ordered those. Those ended up costing, I think, about $2,200. I found a different supplier for windows that was quite a bit cheaper than the original supplier. The first supplier was Pella, the 250 series, vinyl, $4,300. I did find a different window supplier. It's called Prime. I know I'm probably not the best quality windows, but they're all picture windows. So those are gonna come in about 2 to 3 weeks, and then I will put those in. So that's kind of the update on there. Still have work to do on my triplex. I do need to replace the reel and the bed knife on these 3 cutting units. Had some issues with that last year, and that was one thing I did not replace originally, were the reels, and I probably need to do that in the bearings and all that stuff. It has come to my attention that some of you guys are kind of getting close to your lawn season starting, which is awesome. I think that's just amazing. I wish that was the case for me, but being February 16th, it's still winter here, and today is actually snowing quite a bit. So I still have a lot of snow on the lawn, and I am a good 2 months away from anything lawn care related. There's still a lot of snow here, probably 16 to 18 inches in the deepest area. So lots of snow here, and it's still snowing today. So if you guys are getting close, don't forget your pre-emergent. You definitely want to go down with pre-emergent, especially for you guys in the south. Pre-emergent is key. Prodiamine is what you want to use. You got to spray it, or you can buy it in a granular form. Definitely start thinking about your pre-emergent between Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. You're going to want to get that stuff down. So anyways, you guys are the best. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.